Hey everybody, Todd here, and I hope you're having a great week. Today I'm going to take a look at a compressor that I've had a lot of requests to review. It's the ART TransY. Now the TransY is a 2-channel FET-based compressor that operates in either stereo or dual mono mode. So that's going to give you a lot of flexibility whether you want to use it for tracking or mixing. It's also transformer based, so it's going to help give you some of that analog sound. Now the first thing you'll notice about the TransY is it's a very heavy unit. It feels very solid and well made. You see the controls across the front. We have threshold, ratio, attack, release, a De-Esser, as well as an output trim for each channel, as well as a link control in the middle to put those together. Then channel 1 controls both channels. We have a hardware bypass for each channel as well. And you'll also notice meter source can be either input or output. And we get dual meters on each channel, that level meter as well as gain reduction. Now all the controls are very solid. There's no movement or anything in them, and they feel nice as you sweep them side to side. They're all infinite sweep except the ratio, which is stepped. Now on the back of the unit, there's a lot of connections here available to you. So just going across here, you'll see we have, of course, an input and an output, both TRS and XLR for each channel. They are balanced, which is great to see. There's also a detector loop on each channel. These are also balanced. So we want to run this with an EQ in between as a side chain so we can adjust the compression characteristics. We have that option. Or if we want to go ahead and connect another source into the detector in, that'll allow us to use this for ducking. So a lot of flexibility there. Now it allows us to also lift the ground on each channel. So if we have any issues with hum or otherwise, that could help straighten things out. And then also we have the operating level, either +4 or -10 for each channel. There's a 4-pin connector for power here, external power brick with 48 volts. And for those of you that want a little more detail, I've also included a table here that'll show you just what the range is. And you can see there's quite a bit of flexibility. 0.5 millisecond to 100 millisecond attack and 50 millisecond to 3-second release on this compressor means you can get a lot of different sounds out of this. And I provided some further detail on the connections in this table as well for those that prefer that format. And because you don't always get to see inside this kind of unit, we'll open it up here and take a look. We'll see how this is built. So inside, the first thing you'll see, of course, is we've got 2 nice large transformers. That's 1 on each channel, part of that analog sound. Everything looks well laid out here on the circuit boards. We can see that all of the connectors, the jacks and controls, they're actually mounted to the chassis, even though there's a circuit board as a backplane behind the controls. They're all very solid, again, mounted to the chassis. All the wiring looks neat inside. Everything is well put together. Overall, I would say the quality looks good. I'll start the audio test with drums. These are stereo tracks. So you see I have the compressor set in link mode, so the channel 1 controls will control both channels. Now the TransY has the option for very long release time. So what's considered long release on a lot of FET compressors is going to be in this area here as opposed to all the way across the dial. Now I'll go all the way to the limit mode so we can crush them.
was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to hope. Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing for someone out there to hope. Well, maybe it was fate when you walked in the door. I could have sworn I've seen your face before. So glad that you said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing.
Now, I'll have links in the description below for more information on features and specs, but a few key highlights I want to draw your attention to are that all connections on the TransY are balanced. That's really nice to see. That includes the detector circuit, so whether we want to use it for a side chain with maybe an EQ, or we want to go ahead and insert another source in there for ducking, everything's going to be balanced, so we're going to keep our noise as low as possible in the unit. Now, it operates at +4 and -10 modes, so it's going to be flexible to work with a lot of other gear, and it does have an external power supply, which sometimes is not as convenient as an IEC power cable, but on the other hand, it can help to move noise away from your rack. I'll give you my final thoughts on the ART TransY. First of all, it's a very flexible compressor. 2 channels, either dual mono or stereo operation, gives you a lot of opportunity to use it on bus or various tracks. Now, I really like it on guitar, particularly acoustic guitar, and also on vocals, but it does a good job on bass too. It's not my #1 go-to on drums. I generally like something that's even a little bit faster, like a 1176 there, but overall it can be used for that as well. Now, it's well made, the controls feel solid, there's no movement or wobble or anything when you move things. All the connectors are solid on the unit as well. It's got a lot of weight, it's pretty well put together. So in this price range, it's hard to find a unit that's going to give you so many opportunities as the TransY does. And of course, whether you want to use it for tracking or you want to use it for mixing, again, with 2 channels, you have a lot of options. And while the TransY might be a great option, check out these videos for other hardware compressor options in your studio. As always, I really appreciate you joining me today. I'll see you again next time.